Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Sire M7 5-string bass. Let's check it out. This is the M7 5-string bass from Sire Guitars, and this is the top of the line, well, almost top of the line, M series bass from Sire. We've already reviewed the M5 as well as the M2, but this is the head honcho. Big thank you to Sire Guitars for providing this bass to me at an artist discount. The Sire M7 comes in two iterations. We have the alder-bodied model, like what we have here today, and then the ash-bodied model, which carries a bit of a premium. But in regards to specs and all that good business, this and the M5 are practically the same when it comes to hardware as well as electronics, both pickups and preamp. But let's go over the specs of this M7 5-string that we have here today. The body of this particular M7 that we have here is an alder body with a real flame maple top. This is not a veneer like what we saw in the P10 5-string that I have here. This is a full, thick flame maple top. We have the same Sire H Revolution pickups that we have in the Sire M5 as well, and the same 3-way toggle switches for each pickup, as well as a preamp bypass like what we have in all Sire preamps. And for the bridge, we have the Sire Modern High Mass Bridge. Closely resembles that of like a Federa. Honestly, this is one of my favorite Sire bridges that they have. A very nice high mass adjustable bridge. Moving up to the neck, this is a 35-inch scale one-piece bolt-on neck with an ebony fretboard. We have 24 frets and a 44.5mm nut width. At least that's what I measured. Now, in my opinion, Sire really nails it with their 5-string neck profiles, and this bass is no different. Just like with the M2, as well as my Sire other 5-strings that I have here, I really appreciate just the neck profile. It's comfortable, easy to play, easy to navigate up and down. And with this M-series style body, which, closely resembles that of the MTD over here, we have a lot of great upper fret access. So great bass that we have here, very easy to play. Moving up to the headstock, we have the Sire die-cast tuners. Die-cast tuners on a bass of this price point are kind of a meh touch, but honestly, they work well. I don't have any issues with, them staying in tune. They do a great job for what they are. So two big things to differentiate the neck of this bass from the M5 is that the M5 is a 5-piece neck as opposed to the 1-piece that we have here, and the M5 has a black headstock facing as opposed to the finish matched one that we have on the M7. So a few premium touches that we see to differentiate the M7 from the M5. Now let's go ahead and turn this bass around. Around back, we see the typical Sire M series accoutrement with the decent sized control cavity, the 18 volts, no battery compartment here, and string ferrules for the string through body option. However, we are strung through the bridge today as we are using the Stay in Tune SIT foundation strings, gauges 45 to 125. And those are, I guess, a 34-inch scale string. They work with 35-inch scale basses through the bridge, but through the body they are a little bit short, so we are strung through the bridge today. We also see the 4-screw neck attachment back here, as well as the back of this 1-piece neck. And moving up to the neck with the satin finish, we see the back of these Sire die-cast tuners. Now, how much does the Sire M7 5-string weigh? This particular alder-bodied model comes in at 9.2 pounds, which is very decently weighted. These basses are also very well balanced due to their smaller tuners and the tuner layout. You don't have as much mass dangling out at the end of the headstock over here. So very well balanced bass, well weighted bass, and very nice overall. And how much does the Sire M7 5-string cost? This alder-bodied M7 5-string bass comes in at $894 US, which is $80 more than the comparably equipped M5 5-string at $814 US. The ash-bodied M7 5-string comes in at $1,103, something like that. So there is a large price premium for the ash body on the M7, where you can get the ash body on the M5, but you lose out on some of the fancy frills like the flamed maple top, matching headstock finish, 1-piece neck, and I think that's it. And now I know you're all wondering, what does this bass sound like? You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. So that is the Sire M7 5-string. Now, I've already done an extensive series of videos on the Sire M5 and the pickup switching and comparing that bass to other basses. So I'm not going to go too heavily into all the different combinations, but we have a ton of different ones there. I'm going to have the M5 videos linked down in the description below that go over all the different pickup combinations that we have. But we are just going to explore some of my favorite tones today, and I guess kind of demonstrate the flexibility of this instrument, because the M series is one of those basses that really tries to do it all, and in my opinion, does a very good job given the price point of these instruments. So as I mentioned, each pickup has its own 3-way toggle switch for parallel, single coil, and series mode. So you can toggle each pickup individually, and then you have the whole preamp and the blend control, all that good business. We also have a stacked volume and tone control. That's right, we have a passive tone control separate from the whole preamp, allowing you to really make this bass what you want it to be. Passive instrument, active with the preamp, you choose. So again, what you heard was with the preamp bypass, the tone at 100%, both pickups engaged and in parallel. Let's just check out the pickups individually for a little bit first, and then we'll check out the preamp a bit. Here is the neck pickup in parallel, preamp still bypassed, tone at 100%. Not a bad tone at all, however, not really a traditional P-bass kind of tone. Let's take the tone control down all the way. Let's see what that sounds like with the neck pickup soloed and in parallel. Not a bad tone at all. Again, it's not really nailing the classic P-bass tone. I don't think it's really trying to either. This humbucker is very flexible as it is. So we checked out the tone open, the tone closed. Let's open it one more time and switch the neck pickup to single coil mode. In a noisy electrical environment like what we have here with lights and computers, you are going to get some single coil hum when facing certain directions. That is the reality of all single coil configurations, and it is here. We don't have any noise canceling or ghost coils. However, the single coil mode sounds very nice. Here's what this sounds like. Preamp still bypassed, tone all the way open on the neck pickup. And let's take the tone down all the way now. Very nice woolly, meaty tone, but, you know, again, not your traditional P-bass kind of tone. That's okay, though. Let's take the tone back to open and bring the pickup into series mode. Neck pickup in series, soloed, tone open. That's actually a real nice tone in series. Series is a bit hotter than what you get in parallel or single coil, but it is a bit meatier, and yeah, it's a nice tone overall. That was with the tone control open. Let's bring that down to fully closed. Nice. Now let's open the tone control once more and move our blend control over to the bridge pickup. We will solo that and check out the pickup modes very quickly. So here is the bridge pickup soloed in parallel with the tone all the way open. Let's take the tone control down now with the pickup still in parallel. Now let's open the tone once more and bring the pickup into single coil mode. Will this sound like a jazz bass pickup? Let's find out. Not a bad tone at all, and honestly it does sound a bit like a jazz bass bridge pickup. We are soiling. We are soloing the outside coils when we are in single coil mode, so it is almost like a jazz bass configuration here. Let's take the tone down all the way now on the rear coil in single coil mode. Yeah, you have a lot of room for activities up here on the upper registers of the fingerboard. Nothing is getting in your way all the way up to the 24th fret. And you can even access that easily on the B string, which not a lot of 5 strings do very well. Let's open the tone once more and engage series mode on the bridge pickup here. Here's what that sounds like with the tone open. Now let's take the tone control down once more with the bridge pickup engaged in series. Good thing I touched the right pickup. Very nice. Let's take the tone to full open once more, and we are going to have both pickups engaged now in parallel. Here's what that sounds like. Not bad at all. I think the parallel voicing of these pickups sounds really nice. These pickups are naturally kind of bright, just like most of the Sire pickups that I encounter. And I think that the tone control is decently effective here, and it's basses like these with the flexible toggles here that really take advantage of the preamp the most, in my opinion. So overall, this is a very flexible instrument, and we're really only going to see the tip of the iceberg here, as I've already gone through like electronics on this like in depth. So check out the M5 videos that I have linked below. But what we're going to do next is have both pickups in single coil mode now. And it will sound quite a bit jazz bassy. Here's what that sounds like. So you get a lot more clarity, but a lot less oomph in single coil mode. You get a lot more top end especially. Let's see if it slaps like a jazz bass. Next, here's both pickups in series. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to bring both pickups back into parallel, and let's just play with the preamp a little bit, then we'll start playing with the pick and do a little bit more slapping. So we're going to engage the preamp now. Everything thus far has been with the preamp bypassed. There is practically no output difference, at least in the stock form, with the preamp engaged and not engaged. Though I do believe you have an internal gain control inside the cavity where you can adjust the gain with the preamp engaged. So here is the preamp engaged. Very little difference in output overall, though there is a little bit difference in the voicing there. So with the preamp engaged and the pickup set to parallel, I'm just going to do a bit of a mid scoop here, and let's play with the mid frequency control to show you what that can do. So this is the mid scoop with the low mids cut right now. Now let's play with the frequency control a little bit and show you what it does. So let's center the mid-frequency control now in the mid scoop. We are cutting the mids, but the middle mids. And now let's move the mid-frequency control up to the upper mid. Now this is already quite the extensive look at the M7 here, and we have much more detail on the electronics in my M5 videos linked down below. But for now, let's take out our pick right here and bypass the preamp once more, leave the tone open, and check out a few different pickup configurations. So right now, both pickups are in parallel and we have both pickups engaged. Next, let's engage single coil mode for both pickups. And now let's engage parallel once more, and I'm going to solo the neck pickup. Here's that with a pick. Wow, not bad. I actually really like the pick tone with the neck pickup soloed in parallel. Now let's have single coil mode engaged, neck pickup soloed with a pick, tone open. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna put that away, leave the pickup in single coil mode, neck pickup soloed. Let's do a little bit of slapping. Not bad, a little on the bright side. Let's engage parallel now with the neck pickup. Very nice. Now let's go back to both pickups engaged in parallel. And finally, with both pickups in parallel, the preamp bypassed, and the blend control centered, let's throw some drums behind this bass. So here are my final thoughts on the Sire M7 5-string. Is it a better bass than the Sire M5? No, it is basically the same bass. However, you do get a few more pretty thrills in regards to a greater variety of finishes, the flamed maple top, matching headstock veneer, one-piece neck, and I think that does it in regards to the differences. You do have the same pickups, really nice bridge with the 18mm spacing on the 5-string and 19mm on the 4-string, and the same style headstock, which slightly resembles that of an MTD, and the tuners are the same as on the M5. So there's a lot of similarities, but there's also not that big of a price gap when it comes to this bass, the alder-bodied M7, and the ash-bodied 5-string M5. So I guess it's up to you to decide whether or not you want the ash body and lose out on some of the features of this particular M7, or pay the nearly $300 premium, jumping from the M5 ash body to the M7 ash body, which is, in my opinion, probably not worth it given those other two options. Now, in regards to build quality, this Sire M7 is just like my M5. The finish is great, though on the headstock, you do see a little bit of unevenness on the edges of the finish, but that is literally just nitpicking, because the rest of this bass is really nice. The price is real nice as well. At under $900, you're getting really flexible pickups, and they work well with the Sire preamp, which again, I've criticized in their jazz bass iterations, having all that on a small control plate where you're not necessarily targeting the best for a jazz bass. With the M series here, this is a modern bass that has a nice modern preamp in here, and it works well with these humbucking pickups. So overall, the fit and finish is solid, the build quality is nice, fretwork is nice. I have no issues with pokey frets on this instrument, neither do I on my M5, so the fretwork is nice. You have the same rolled fingerboard edges that you do on the other Sire M series basses and other Sires in general. Neck profile is great as well. There's a lot to like about the Sire M7 bass. One of my only gripes, I guess, on the M series is the truss rod adjustment location. I wish it was at the heel of the neck like what we have on the V and P series basses. It makes it a lot easier to adjust versus having the truss rod adjustment at the headstock. So that is, I guess, one gripe that I would have on this particular instrument. Other than that, though, I think that Sire does a great job with these M series basses, and the M5 and M7 are probably some of their best instruments and best values out there. So what am I going to rate the Sire M7 5-string bass? I'm going to rate this bass 4 claws out of 5. Though the M7 and the M5 basses are pretty much the same, the upgraded aesthetics here are definitely worth it for some people, though it may not be worth it for everybody. I have to say, though, that both basses are absolutely high quality. They sound great, are very tonally flexible, almost to a fault, where you have like a ton of tones to choose from between the pickup selection and the 3-band preamp, so there's a lot to unpack with this particular instrument, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it overall. So I think Sire is doing a great job. Now let's see some of the roasted maple necks make their way to the M series. I would love to see that, so hoping to see that in the future. But until then, the M series, the M7 and the M5 are definitely great values, great buys, and I can absolutely recommend these basses for someone looking for a jack-of-all-trades type of instrument and don't want to buy an Ibanez with those budget Bartolinis. I'd take this 10 out of 10 times. But that will do it for this review. I am a big fan of the Sire M series basses, and this particular one is no exception. Let me know your thoughts on the Sire M7 5-string down in the comments below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Sire M7 5-string bass. And as always, until we groove again,